Are you new to running and sometimes wonder, how the hell am I going to do this? Or you're out on a challenging run and you think there's no way I can complete it. Well, you're going to want to watch this video because I'm going to give you some tips on how exactly to overcome that to ensure that you complete your run and don't give up. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, can you please do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button? Thank you so much. Today's video, I'm talking all things running and how to get through those really challenging runs, because believe me, it's something that I still struggle with. I like to still consider myself a newbie runner, even though next weekend I'm going to be running a half marathon. So, bit of background, when I signed up to do my running, I just wanted to challenge myself. I initially signed up for a 5K and I was going to do couch to 5K, and that was that. I got into it and I thought, why not keep challenging myself? I have stage 4 endometriosis and I thought my body has already been through the bloody works with all the pain and all the surgeries. So what can't it do? So here we are, like 3-4 months later, and now next weekend I am running a half marathon. Bit of background on that, I was meant to be running the Sydney half marathon, but silly old me didn't sign up on time, and so there was no places left, and I was just gonna run the half marathon distance myself that weekend. Fast forward, I've now actually booked to go with some friends that weekend, so I've had to bring it a week forward, which means next Saturday, which will only be about 3 days out from when this video goes up, I'm gonna run a half marathon distance. Little old me, 4 months ago, who couldn't run for more than 30 seconds, is going to attempt to run a half marathon. And on that note, this is all in preparation for April next year, where I plan to run the London Marathon. And I'm just going to mention this now, as I haven't mentioned it in a few videos. I'll be raising money for Endometriosis Australia when I run that half marathon. So I'm going to include a link in the description box below where you can donate, and that would be super appreciated. Now, onto today's video. I still struggle with running. Running a half marathon next weekend, I still struggle with running. That's really no secret if you've watched my videos before. And we're walking again. Oh, everything hurts. We're crawling the last 2 kilometers. Dying. A lot of the times my runs don't necessarily work out. I have had to quit some runs because they just haven't gone to plan. But the purpose of this video is to help you make sure that you don't get to that point. I think it comes as no surprise when I say running is such a mental journey. Yes, you can struggle, you can get out of breath. Yes, everything can feel sore and tight. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's just your mindset and how you can basically tell yourself you're going to get through it. Okay, so my first little tip for you all is, before you even step out the door, before you even put on your shoes, I want you to ask the very simple yes or no question, am I going to go for a run? If the answer is yes, you've decided it. You're going to go for a run. It's just a really interesting point. I'm reading Stephen Bartlett's new book, Diary of a CEO, and he basically explains that when the answer is a yes or no question, you've got a greater chance of actually doing the thing that you say yes to. Say you're out on a run and it's like, oh, I could do another I could do another kilometer. Because that could is basically raising the ambiguity around the fact that you don't necessarily have to do it. So I just want you to ask yourself, before you even step out the door, am I going to go on this run? Even better, am I going to go on this run and complete this run? Yes? Great. It's decided. You're going to do it. Second little hot tip. You're now out the door. You've got your trainers on. You're going for a run. You're a couple kilometers in and you're thinking, crap, my legs are really starting to tighten up. They're really feeling a little bit sore and it just absolutely is killing to proceed. Now, this is a little bit controversial, but unless you're going for a PB or you're just, you're running a race you really want to finish on time, but let's be real, that's never going to be me. I want you to just take a little break. Take a hot little minute for yourself. Park up against a tree, stretch it out. You know why? Because I think you're going to feel 10 times better when you kind of stretched out that little cramp in your leg. It's probably going to make running the rest of the distance a whole lot easier. So there's no shame in stopping and stretching it out. You heard it here first, folks. Amber alert, it is okay to stop and stretch on a run. So my third little tip for you all is the one that I think everyone struggles with, is when you're out on a run and you go, I just can't do it anymore. Something's come over you, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I've been overtaken by everyone, I'm not feeling very good, everything's hurting, I'm out of breath, I just can't do it anymore. This is when I want you to really dig deep. Easier said than done, but I really need you to tell yourself not to listen to that part of you and flip it to a positive affirmation. Flip it to, I can do this. You got this. All those little positive affirmations, I need you to dig deep and listen to those rather than the part of you that's telling you to give up. Because you've already told yourself, before you walked out the door that you're going to do a run. So you're going to do a run. Listen to yourself. You got this. Listen to me. You got this. Tip number 4, if that's not working, you're battling with yourself, I cannot do this, I want you to then break down your run a little bit. Sometimes it's a matter of your run just seems so long and so like you've got so much left of it. I want you to break it down to, okay, I'm just going to make it to that tree over there. Then I'll give myself a little break. I'm just going to run to that pole and then I'll give myself a little break. Breaking it down, I think, helps it seem a little less overwhelming. I'm about to head out on a 10K run and there's no way that when I'm a kilometer and I'm going to go, oh my God, 9Ks left. It just makes it seem so far away. So I want you to break it down a little bit and make those goals like a little bit more achievable. Look, I'm sure this goes without saying, but make sure you're listening to something that's going to absolutely hype you up. I recommend if you're new to running, making this probably some music, make it like the most pump up playlist. I'm sure if you're not sure what to listen to, Spotify probably already has some incredibly hype up playlists that are perfect for running. But make sure you're listening to something that like really motivates you. At the moment, I kind of swap between, depending on my mood, a podcast that's really going to hype me up. So the Not So Fit Couple podcast is one of my top ones I listen to when I'm running. Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO. I'm actually going to listen to his Audible when I head out on my run today. Just have that little extra background noise. That's going to help you get through. And my lucky last tip, and this is a big controversial one, is it is okay to walk. If walking is going to help you get through that run, do it. As you all know, I do it all the time. I'm not even at 2 kilometers and I'm walking. Yeah, it's going well. As you can see, I'm walking. There's a lot more walking than running happening right now. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I still think it counts as going on a run. You're not gonna convince me otherwise. I think it was in my 14K video, probably in every YouTube video on here, you'll see me stop and go for a walk. And sometimes you just need to. I try not to let that be the end. I always try and get back into the run at some point, but it's okay to stop and walk. You need to. Like, there's no point passing out or just feeling like you can't do it anymore. If getting to that end of the run means walking for a little bit, I say do it. All right, guys. Hope some of those tips are helpful. I'm going to take my own advice now and I'm going to head out on a 10K run. So I'm going to try not be a hypocrite here. I am heading on a 10K run around my local area and I typically avoid doing this because my area is quite hilly. Don't do hills. I'm really nervous, but I'm going to take my own advice here and I'm just going to get it done. I've told myself that I'm going to go on a run. It's a yes to the question. If I need to walk, I will walk. If I need to stretch, I will stretch. And I'm going to break down this 10K run into achievable little things. I'm going to tell myself, I'm going to really dig deep on those hills that I'm going to absolutely hate, that I can do it and that I'm an animal, and when it gets hard is when it gets good. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope someone could take something away from this. Just know that running is not easy, and I really stress if I can do it, anyone can do it. Please persevere, please don't give up. It's such a rewarding experience when you get through something super challenging like a run. Yeah, just trust me when I say you've got this. Please, if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and I'll catch you in the next video, because trust me when I say we do all the things together, including going on all those hard runs together. So stick around and I'll catch you in the next video.